obviously it is, but the guy never got the guns in the first place. It all goes back to that. How can an 18-year-old be able to buy guns, assault rifles, but yet be 21 to drink alcohol, buy cigarettes and all that? That just doesn't make sense. How 2 years from now, when I'm 18, I can go buy a gun. That doesn't make sense. Doesn't. We were here at the high school when everything happened, and it was very hard, not just for me, but other kids as well. When we finally got out of lockdown, we all came here in the auditorium, like we're all here. And just one by one, you just see so many high schoolers drop their phone and they're crying and hysterical because they found out their little cousin, their little brother, their little sister, like someone that they know was in that classroom. It was a hard thing. Not knowing was the hardest thing. And I didn't just have Avery there, I was worried about my little cousin Leah. I was worried about my nephew Seb. I knew they were safe, but I didn't know about Avery. As soon as I saw Leah, she cried to me, she broke down. She was in the classroom right across from Emery. When I saw her, we all just broke down, we hugged each other. I think to myself, like, what if I lost her too? And it's hard for all my family. We're all going through it. Dora and George and Kim and her little brother Zane. She loves him very much, and they're just going through it right now. And it's not fair, like just how it's being handled. Why, I don't know why they've been fired. I'm only 16 years old, and I've experienced death in my family. I lost both my parents when I was young. I was 11 when I lost my dad, and he used to be a cop. He was a lieutenant. And when I remember being little, asking my dad, like, "Oh, you see a cop, Dad?" He was like, "Yeah, Mija." And he said that as a police, you protect and you serve. And I know my dad's not here, but I want to speak on behalf of him. My dad, my father, he was a great man, and I know for a fact he wouldn't have hesitated to go in there and try to help those kids with something. So very upset by everything's being handled. Amory loved my mother most of all, and it hurt so much because Amory just turned 10. First week of summer, she was going to come over and we were all going to see her. We didn't get that. We didn't get that summer with her. We're going to miss, we're not going to get anything else. Those times with her. And it's not fair. That was my only niece, and she was taken from me. And I don't know if the board members can hear me, but please change something. Hi, my name is Vivian. Yeah. I don't really know what to say, but all I can say is that Mary was a very bright person. She had a very bright soul. She cared about everyone. She loved everyone. She had a really kind heart. And yes, I wish things could change as well. Know that she was looking down on us, and all of the other children and the teachers are looking down on everyone. It's just hard that everyone's not here right now. But I'm so glad that I see all the support and I see all the prayers. It makes me feel a little bit better sometimes. It has not been easy at all. But I know that everyone here is strong and everyone can get through this as long as we all have each other. I know Amy's mom and dad, Kim and Angel, and especially her grandma Dora, they all did an amazing job. And I'm glad they shared Amy with all of us. you. Hello, everyone. I'm Felicia Martinez. I'm Xavier's mom. I miss my best friend. His brother's visiting. 3 months. And we have forever to live. I don't know how we're going to do that. But with all the love and support and our new 21-year-old family, I know we'll get through this. It'll take time. And I love all of you so much. Because I know we have our angels in heaven. And we're together. And now we have each other forever. My baby was a wild kid. He was happy. He was a dancer. He was the first girl to dance for as soon as those school bells came on. He could dance anybody through the night. Anybody. He was right there next to you. He left behind a 1-year-old niece who talked to this picture every day. When she goes to my house, she sits on the bench and talks to her Theo. And because of them doing us wrong, she will never get to grow up to meet the awesome Theo that he would have been. All she's gonna have is just those little memories that she had with him. So if the board could hear me, please change everything for our kids. Change the safety, the protocols, everything. And for those ones that need to get out. Change. Protect our kids. No more lives.
I can't believe it's taken 3 months to get this place up here. I think it has been. But one thing I have to say is I respect y'all for calling and backing us up. We're not done. Just a stepping stone, no matter which way it goes. I would hope they would make the right decision. But in amazing disappointments, it may just be another roadblock. I will say, I agree with Felicia, we have become a family. And no matter what happens today, we're not going to stop. No matter what happens today, we're going to continue our fight. Everyone deserves that. 21 souls deserve 21 unheard voices whose lives were robbed. So therefore, we're not done. I appreciate the support. Appreciate the media family that we've also developed for being understanding and helping tell our stories. And I will give props to you officers that had to take you troopers that took off y'all's hat as they were speaking. Thank you for that.
There's a little girl that I did not have the privilege of meeting. Touch her, embrace her. I didn't have the privilege. The Bible says, run the race to win. This little girl could run. She could run. She's a winner. In my Bible, I have a picture of this little girl. I learned to love her. But tears come down. I see the picture. My heart goes out to the family that are here right now. I hope I don't offend you by doing what I'm doing. She's a special little girl. Just like each and every one we're taken from our families that are here this evening. Special. And I also want to second what my sister said. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I also want to thank Mr. Uvalde that's here. Thank you for making the time, for being here with us. Thank you so much. Mr. Councilman, thank you for, hope you're here to support us. Let's pray for our families. Let's pray for our families. People, do you mind? We're talking about little Leila Marie Salazar. Little girl could run. Run the race. Families, run the race. All of this is not going to fall on dead ears. I ask Mr. Gutierrez that we would come to say a few words.
Thank you. I didn't come here to speak to you today. I just came here to be with you. Try to just be there for you as best I can. And I got to have a lot of new friends in Uvalde. I've gotten to know a lot of you over the course of the last 90 days. I'm just now meeting just yet again for the first time. And so I want to say this. Whatever happens here today, I hope that these men come out here and do the right thing. Because it's 90 days. It's just 90 days too long. 90 days too long to do the right thing. I've been saying this, and you've heard me say this before. It's not just, shouldn't be little hidden this way. It's not just the cafeteria school guy. Not just being Arrendondo that failed. We had federal government that waited. We had the state government. You see some DPS troopers here. I like many of them. I think that they're fine people. But they failed on that day. The sheriff's office failed on that day. The police failed on that day. Hard for me to say as a person that has always voted for things that are in their interest because, yeah, I do back the blue. I get it. We all get it. But you have to do things the way that should be done. They had a duty and an obligation. You all know it. You know better than I do. We probably lost about 3 or 4 angels that could have been saved. That could have been saved. And so it's my hope that these guys do the right thing today so that we can begin the accountability that needs to be happening, that has to happen today at the state level and at the federal level, the county and the city. Because policymakers ever going to figure out what to do so that this doesn't happen again? If we don't get the answers that we need today, so that all of this needs to flesh out in the right way. Most important thing for us, that I'm going to be here for as long as you'll have me. I'm going to be your friend for as long as you'll have me. And we're going to be working together. Because I promised you individually this before. In no way in the world that we could, the loss of these babies was a loss that was had in vain. We didn't lose these children for nothing. We have to have people that are empowering us, that are going to put the laws in place. This doesn't ever happen again. With that, thank you very much. I want to be here for this outcome today. I really encourage you to keep fighting for the answers that you deserve. Thank you so much. Thank you.
My name is Eloise Castro. I moved to Uvalde about 3 years ago from families. Uvalde I found is a wonderful little town to live. People are kind, they're loving, and when they ask you, how are you? How are you? My heart is very saddened for all of these families, plus besides the citizens of Uvalde. I try to go to all these meetings possible. I want to fight with you. I do not want these children to be forgotten. And I'm very, very glad that some of the media is here. I went to San Antonio a couple weeks ago, and I was wearing my Uvalde strong. Do you realize those people in San Antonio have forgotten Uvalde? So I say to the media, if you allow it, keep coming. Not all of you, but keep coming, because we need the support. My heart is with all of you, and shall always be with you. Thank you.
My name is Jake Gonzalez, and I am a survivor at room 112. I want to change it up, and we need to change the gun laws to 23 so people that are young, they will not have to buy a gun.
This is AJ Martinez, and he's also a survivor, and today is his birthday. Did everybody welcome him and say happy birthday to him?
He liked to play football. He would play football with his brothers outside, his little brother, and with his cousins. That's what he most missed about him. He made us laugh. They happy, loving child that we're gonna love. Miss him. Y'all do. I miss all the other kids and the teachers out there. And I love and miss.
Good evening. My name is Ruben Torres. I'm the father of Chloe Torres, one of those from across the world that have showed a huge amount of support and send prayers our way, send donations our way, senators that helped out financially due to the parents that had stopped working to be with our families and focus. That's a tough one. That day changed for those kids. Our daughter, along with other survivors, unable to see, I'm sure you as well. So it's definitely a mental challenge for me right now. I just want to say thank you to everybody that sent and showed love to our families and the survivors. Definitely continue to ask for your prayers. For me, my family, my daughter, just that mental aspect that we know that she will mature mentally later as she gets older. But as right now, being young, she's still definitely having a hard time battling with this horrific event. So just please continue to pray. Another thing, as the senator mentioned, definitely, a lot of people felt us that day, especially for law enforcement. Me being a former Marine, took an oath, to serve the country faithfully. Executed that for 8.5 years. You signed. No one forced me to join the military. I signed willingly, knowing that my life was in danger when I was overseas. I knew that. But anything for these law enforcement, I just, have the courage to stand up when your leadership is failing you. That day, no radio, I don't know why it's taking forever to make the decision. There was no, he didn't have his radio from what the report said. There was no command and control. I read the report that they put out on alert, the system that the cops used. There's definitely, they said that he had contained, that they had contained the shooter. The shooter was in charge the whole time. Our law enforcement they were never in control of anything that day. They felt us that day. The decision should have been made already, as far as what to do with the leadership that was in charge that day. So we're definitely hoping for the right outcome. Again, that word has been mentioned, accountability, something at this magnitude, people have to be accounted for. Lives were lost, 19 children, 21 families, 22 teachers, 21 families. Man, that's insane, That's insane not to come out to the public and take account for what happened that day. So hopefully they make the right decision to go back, as the senator stated. But again, continue to pray for our community as well as those teachers that were there that day, the other children from second, third, the other fourth graders. We just pray that you guys continue to pray for our community as well, in that area that, yes, this is a learning aspect, from it, that our security measures can be, up to where it needs to be, which it should have been because there have been prior shootings to this, school district photos that day too, so it definitely needs to get unscrewed. So just praying for that, our security will button up, the right people will be put making these decisions, and that they're executed properly to protect our children. And so, before I end, I just want to publicly, tell AJ, and he's brave, our daughter wants to go back to school, but security isn't where it needs to be. He's, mom and dad, you don't understand that. That's pretty brave, for this young man or other survivors, that were in that classroom, because they were affected different, than the other students. But as well. You know, I'm very proud of her. She stated she wanted to go, and I'm up for it, but we just gotta make sure security is up to our standards before we let her go. If not, you know, mom and dad will be there till when school stops. I mean, dropped off and picked up. So again, just keep praying for that. Thank you, guys.
McKenna Elrod. Leila Salazar. Miranda Mathis. Nevaeh Bravo. Jose Flores Jr. Xavier Lopez. Tess Mata. Rogelio Flores. Eliana Eli Garcia. Eliana Torres. Annabelle Rodriguez. Jacqueline Casares. Uzaya Garcia. Jace Pueblo. Maite Rodriguez. Jayla Sillaro. Alejandra Lexi Rubio. Angry Joe Garza. Eva Garcia. Eva Mireles. Remember their names, remember their faces. 3 months. Too long for justice. Remember their names, remember their faces. No justice, no peace.
I just wanted to come up here to say one thing. That Anthony Joe, but I think the one thing that stood out to me the most, being at all these meetings, is how unfair it is that these parents don't get to grieve correctly. They have to be going to these meetings, not just for change, but to demand change, because it's not happening on its own how it should be. And there's a lot of media here, and I just want to say, because I know a bunch of people are watching, to continue to pray for these families, because everybody can just, we can only imagine what they're going through, and day in and day out, we come to these meetings, and, you know, a lot of things aren't happening the way we would have expected them to happen, and I don't know what's gonna happen here today, but Monday was just crap, basically. The fact that these families were sitting for over 3 hours, and it was like they came out and talked for maybe a minute and then said nothing. They don't tell these families they're sorry. They don't show compassion. They just get up and that's it. They're out the back door. So everybody that's watching, I mean, just continue to pray for these families, number one, for their strength, because it looks like families will have to be doing this for a long time, and it's unfair. So unfair to these families that they can't just grieve. They have to keep going through all these things, and having to see, my niece's mother and, my brother and her grandma, and Angel, and, her stepfather, and everybody having to go through this firsthand. It's horrible. Like, this is something that, obviously wasn't supposed to happen, but when you, and I know all the other families are ready too, but I have to see that firsthand. It's so unfair. Like, especially for all these families that have other kids, these kids are babies, I ask everybody just please keep praying. I don't know what the outcome of this meeting is gonna be, but when you leave from here, just everybody please keep praying for these families. Thank you.
My name is Chris Cordova. I'm Paul Andrew. worst day that ever happened to me, my family, and everybody else here included. And sorry. May 26th was hell. And Iman and Joe were the rock of my family. And they treated me like their son. They weren't just my aunt and uncle. They were my godparents. And Iman was my second grade teacher as well. Knowing that they're both gone, my family feels so lost. And I feel all the way empty. And I'm doing what my uncle and my aunt want me to do, is to be strong for my family and for everyone else here. And unfortunately, this is the day that we all have to share together for the rest of our lives. And I want all of us to be in this together, to be strong for the children, for Eva, my aunt, and my uncle. Well, a few years ago, we were celebrating Thanksgiving at my uncle's house. I was sitting down with my cousin Jason, his brother Arrendondo. We call him Bird. And I don't know where there's dad joking about it. He sat down and just talking. He says, I don't know where. He goes, oh yeah, I'll always include Andrew as my son. And from that day on, I was just like, wow, he loves me as much as his son. And growing up, I only had my mother, but me and my mother always had Eli and Joe. And it hurts, it breaks my heart every day to see my mother in pain, to see my brothers and sisters in pain. And I just could take all that pain away from them, from everyone who are here. I would do it on a heartbeat. And I mean it. For each and every one here, I would take that on a heartbeat, take that pain away, and bring them back. Every time I sleep, I go to bed, I see my aunt, I see my uncle, and I see all the children. And it's never ending. But they were so good to the family. They were great. They were awesome. My uncle, I looked up to him, and I was like, man, I want to be him like the book. He was like, man that set the bar what to do, how to take care of your family, how to love your children, how to be a hard worker. I would see him come home late from work, and when the girls would go around and he has so much energy just to hang out and play with them. Yeah, I'll get you across. Yeah, we'll get streets. And he would teach me so much. And they took those lessons into my life. And it hurts me. A while back, I had to change our grades about a month ago. And I was like, damn, I'm missing some parts. I'm missing tools. And sure enough, they were all there that he left behind. I was like, you're still watching over me, aren't you? But they were the best. Thank you.
Hello. Sent this outside. I'm the grandfather of Lagos outside. I just did an interview outside. For those that are here, does anybody here think that Pete Arrendondo did nothing wrong? Because that's what they're fighting in the back about. He wants to be reinstated with pay. He wants his job back. He did nothing wrong. And that's why he's not here. So why is it that we have to put up with something like that? After we lost 19 children, 2 teachers, and I don't know how many injuries we got. And they're gonna come out with something saying that they can't give us an answer. But we need an answer now. Because this has gone too far, too long, and he should have been terminated immediately. With the sheriff, the county sheriff, which is Ruben Velasco, and along with some of the others. Because we cannot sit here and have Uvalde with the buddy system when they hire their people to work for us. And the thing about it, you know what? The truth hurts. But it needs to be heard because we ain't gonna get nowhere unless we get rid of the buddy system. And half of the board is on the buddy system. Majority of the police force is on the buddy system. And it's not what they know, it's who they know. And that's how they get away with it. So this has got to stop, and it's got to stop now. We cannot have this continue in our town. We need to take Uvalde back for the people and for our children and our women that have been discriminated against when they change the laws of what they can do with their own bodies. I'm not a politician, but I'm sure goddamn smart enough to be able to speak up for what's right. And I am the grandfather of the Salvador, and I will fight for her to the day I die.
Exactly, Remy. So if you're just joining us, we are, this is the live Uvalde board meeting that was been pushed off now several times. Sorry for the lag. My son's playing video games. And this was supposed to be the night that it was determined whether or not Arrendondo, aka the coward, in my opinion, his fate was terminated. He does not allegedly believe that he did anything wrong. He wants to be reinstated with pay, and it is alleged that they are arguing in the back, the board is, over whether or not to let him go because there are board members, allegedly, that feels he did not do anything wrong. I am Arredondo could not grace these people with his presence tonight, as they say that he did not feel safe. So, in my curiosity, I just would like to know how safe he thought that the children felt trapped in a room with a gunman for 77 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Remy. And so, for some reason, the board couldn't have talked about this the last 3 months, or let's see, they knew Monday that this was coming and that they were going to have to make this decision. They couldn't have met yesterday. I mean, every it's insane. So now they're making these families wait for them to come out with an answer. Yeah, exactly, Brandy. Exactly, Remy. Exactly. No, he is. Yep, exactly. Absolutely. And the fact, so here's the deal. We can't even say that he feels at all bad about what he did, because if he did, he would have gracefully turned in his resignation and left. I don't know why he thinks that if he gets reinstated and he works in the position he's in, they'll have no school left, y'all. They'll have no school. Like, what? I guess I'm not sure what he's thinking. I know. I'm at a loss for what they're possibly talking about. Exactly. Even in I'm sorry. Oh, it looks like things are starting up. Nope, he's offered nothing, Remy. the waiting is mind-boggling to me because they've known this is coming, so I don't possibly understand what they're talking about back there. Remy, I don't know if you were here, but a survivor, a boy, spoke from room 112. If that board can look at and listen to that child and still leave him and reinstate him, I don't know if I could be patient as a parent anymore. I felt it was a complete disrespect for any of the officers that are currently there, the older guys that looked irritated, didn't take their hats off, but the younger guys immediately took their hats off out of respect for the families. Hey, Savannah, you know what? I'm going to shoot a text to Alfred and see if they have a time frame of when they're coming back out. One second, I'll let you know. Yep, it sure is, Remy. Well, I'm going to see if Alfred has any idea of when they're supposed to come back out. That's Amory's dad. Heck yeah, Emily. I just talked to Alfred really quick, y'all. I said, kind of what's going on and what are they waiting on? He said, I have absolutely no idea what they're talking about or what the holdup is or why they're back there. And I just said, well, I've got a chat full of people about to erupt and fly to Uvalde if they don't do the right thing. I don't understand why no one's even coming out to tell them what they're doing. And yes, Alfred is Amory's biological dad, and Angel is her stepdad. Both of them love her deeply, obviously. She was lucky to have two dads that loved her, so. Remy. Uh-oh. Yeah, you can't expect these guys.
School board members, I don't know if you can hear me, this is Nikki Carlson, Desires Mom. We're reaching a little bit over an hour now.
Remy.
Of this meeting here.
Oh my goodness.
You brought us here on this day, you hijacked this day from us. Please stop wasting our time and get out here. Please, we should be up with our families, we should not be up here doing this. Just get out here and tell us.
Oh. They haven't even come out yet? She's right. They hijacked this day from them. The 3 months. Remy, I had no idea they hadn't even made an appearance yet, and they've been waiting over an hour. The board set the time. Wow. Like, I don't like to believe this stuff, y'all, but you can't tell me there's not some control things going on here. They are screwing with these people's heads. Exactly, Annie. Exactly. Couldn't have said it better, Annie. They knew this was coming. They're the ones that set the meeting. I, 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 well said, Annie. Nope, apparently not, Remy. Exactly, Annie. Brandy, I have a bad feeling in my gut, and I hope to the Lord that I'm wrong. These parents, y'all, showed up twice. How many board meetings have we seen this summer? These parents have showed up, nothing's done. This dude's hearing gets rescheduled twice. This meeting here gets rescheduled twice. Then it was supposed to be Monday. All these people went out Monday. Nope, it's going to be Wednesday. We're going to have a special meeting on Wednesday. These people, on the 3-month anniversary, I don't know what else you call it, but 3-month date since their babies have been gone, are sitting in an auditorium waiting for this school board to come make a meeting that they set. Wow. I know, Annie, me too. Oh, Punkette, yeah, you can't expect, y'all, these parents have been more patient than I think I could have. Like, this is a level of, how long can you expect these people? Remy, you know what? Yep. They know there's children out here. You can't tell me they're in the back and they can't hear any of the stuff said in mics. So there's children back there. Or there's children out here speaking. Survivors speaking. And those board members can't even come out. I had no idea that these poor people have been waiting for an hour. You're right, Caddy. Loving life at home. I know. It is, Remy. So this keeps happening, and I'm apparently not, Remy. Apparently they haven't come out yet. They do, Caddy, Texas. And all those board members, from my understanding, well, Monday was that the community is asking for the superintendent's resignation. So the principal, right, you know, she got reprimanded enough just to move to a different position that probably pays equal. Nothing was done Monday night. They requested some, something to be done about the superintendent or some things to be reevaluated. They did nothing then. And they said to come back tonight for the termination meeting. And here we are. Exactly, Tamara. Exactly. And I hope I said your name right. I don't know if it's Tamara or Tamara. This is exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly, why would you do it on the 3-month anniversary? Come on. We all know the 24th. And then make the parents sit in their grief in the auditorium of the school, and you tell me that you're not playing control yeah. Make them sit in a freaking auditorium in a school, which is probably the last place these people want to be. I know, Annie, I know. They literally have no idea. Well, Alfred's there, and they have no idea what they're talking about that back there. They literally do not know what the board is doing. I don't know if the board thinks they'll leave or what, but it's going to get rowdy. I agree with you, Love and Life. Oh my, wait. Oh my gosh. Tamara, I am so sorry. I didn't know. I am so sorry. I didn't know you had any. I am so very sorry for your loss of your nephew. Tattoos. Oh my gosh. Leave it to tattoos. I am so very sorry for your loss of your nephew. You deserve better than this. Your entire community deserves better than this, and your nephew deserves better than he is getting. And I am so sad for you that these people are disrespecting you and your family. And I don't even know you, but I'm already getting teary-eyed because this is what bothers me. Oh, well, our small little community here, we will not let your nephew be forgotten. And you're right, he did not deserve this. Wait, what, Pamela? You're right, Annie. And Tamara, if there's anything we can do, please, please do not hesitate to email me, whatever you need. We are here. Those cowards went into a closed session. Well, it's still streaming. Hey, Kellyanne. What, they don't want the world to know what a bunch of cowards they are? Wow. Well, we'll watch here as long as they let us. I recommend you guys go get some. Hey, Rebellious, hope you're okay. Thanks for stopping in. We miss you too. I've been worried about you, but I know you've had craziness going on. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Tamara. I am so very sorry. I am so very sorry. I, I don't even know what to say. I just so very sorry. The disrespect you're being shown right now is ridiculous. They've had months to do this. So do you call him XJ? Oh, I'm all teary-eyed now because I just, ugh. Hey, Delaney. Delaney, we are currently waiting for the Coward board members to show their face again to these parents that they called this meeting and have yet to come out. Oh, Tamara, 150%. That has been a huge point I've tried to make because I believe that's so awesome. I believe um, I I get disheartened by some of the funds not going to the survivors yet, and I could go on and on. Um, yeah, I get still dumbfounded about people having to wait till November, survivors, and then apply for the money. I don't know much about this congressman, but I will say from what I've seen, he stuck with them through it all. Of course, Rebellious, I'll be praying. Sorry about the lag, yo. My son's doing video games. I bet they have no idea there's still a station streaming this. Tara, I gotta say, I don't know how you guys. We forget, like, this is a close knit community. They have, a lot of them are related in several different ways. Yeah, he was going to come in tonight, but I think he had something going on and then this happened. So I have to reach out and message him. He does his podcast on Thursday, so hopefully this week sometime. I didn't know they were going to do this tonight, so I kind of want to leave him open to be there for his family too. Tamara, I've been asking that from the beginning. When I found out from Bexy, who comes in here, who has a nephew that was a survivor and whatnot, and she said that it's just they have to, like, yeah, go in and apply, and it's through November. I mean, all of your families need to just be with your babies right now. They're grieving from losing a child or watching their children grieve and trying to comfort them. Well, I questioned it when they spent, how much did they spend? $65,000 on better equipment for law enforcement, which I thought that there was exactly. Really, Tamara? Oh my gosh. Chicken wire fences. Oh my gosh. And I was under the impression that Uvalde just had, didn't they just spend $4 million on equipment? So why did $65,000 need to go for new equipment? Hey, snow remover, thank you. Tattoos, you're right. Tattoos, I know you'd be chanting. You'd be at the door, like, pounding it down. Kelly Ann, I don't think that they ever came out yet. I think maybe they were out at the very beginning and then went into a closed session. And that it said that the stream would come back public when they were finished. However, I don't know that they realized the stream's still going. Hold on a second. I'm going to look in Discord. No problem. Thanks for coming, snow remover. Let me look at what Pamela just sent me in Discord. Wow. So they aren't rebellious. They're hoping everybody will just push it under the rug, and we're not doing that. So at 5:47 Central Time, it says that, so they went into closed session at 5:47 Central Time. The meeting started at 5:30 Central Time. He did resign, Arrendondo, from city council, but we already knew that. In June, Arrendondo defended his actions as an effort to protect more lives and said he never considered himself a commanding officer. Awesome. And his approach was responding as a police officer. Wow. I would also like to remind you guys, if you didn't know this, which we've talked about it, but this was back in June, that Arrendondo, I don't even know if that's how you say his name, didn't know, oh, here we go. He's the one that wrote the policy that he was in command. Remember? Here we go. Do the right thing. Do the right thing. UCISD, you better do the right thing.
It is now 7:10.
individual items covered during closed session and other items listed. Or a discussion of possible action regarding termination for good cause as recommended by the superintendent of the non-certified contract of Pete Arrendondo.
Mr. Board President, I move that good cause exists to terminate the non-certified contract of Pete Arrendondo effective immediately. I further move that good cause exists to ratify the unpaid leave status of Mr. Arrendondo starting July 19th, 2022. Finally, I move to authorize the superintendent to issue written notice to Mr. Arrendondo of this board action, including filing any needed reports required by the termination.
Got a motion by Ms. Laura Pettis, second by Ms. Javier Flores. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Motion passes unanimously. Adjournment.
Bye-bye, Petey.
Laura Pettis, second by Ms. Javier Flores. We stand adjourned. Thank you. Have a good night.
Step 1. Oh, I see. They're saying we're not done. Yeah. Now, hopefully, these families can go home. They fired him, Rebellious. They fired Arrendondo. Petey Boy is gone. Exactly, Annie. God bless those families. It must take everything in them to go to these meetings. Aw. Wow. So there we have it, guys. Finally, 3 months in the waiting. We have step 1 complete. And toodles to old Petey, as Remy said. Finally. It does sound like they said it was going to be backdated to the 19th. So does that mean yeah, I don't know. But either way, oh yeah, that's one. And that's what they were chanting. A couple of the ladies that were not done. They, they have called for the rest to be dismissed as well. Not all of them, but the ones in command. So step 1, I'm not sure what he thought he was going to hold on to. He couldn't have thought that was going to go differently, but that we'll take that one little bit as a positive in the right direction. So all right, y'all, I gotta go out and water my flowers, and I appreciate y'all watching this with me. And remember, let's not forget their names, and let's keep talking about them. And here's step 1 in the right direction. But thanks, guys. Appreciate y'all.